Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for watching another video. Before getting started, just a quick announcement. I have started leather crafting, and I'm starting off with making leather coasters and bookmarkers. So sometime next month, keep an eye out for these. Maybe if you want to make a donation, I'm going to set up a Patreon account. You can pick up a set of coasters or some bookmarkers. You got different sizes, different shapes, bevels, edges, no edges, different prints. So keep an eye out for these next month. Now, getting into the actual video itself, we got a new type of pistol on the market called micro compact is what the industry is calling them. Basically, it's a subcompact pistol with more round capacity. What we have on the table right now is the Smith & Wesson Shield Plus with a 13 round mag, and it also comes with a 10 rounder. And the other version, this other pistol, is the P365Xl with the Romeo 0 on it. This one comes with two 12 round magazines. Let's get them on the scale. All right, the Sig is coming in at 1 pound, 4.2 ounces. Smith & Wesson 13 round magazine coming in at 1 pound, 4.8 ounces. All right, let's look at the slides. Turn them this way. It looks like the Sig is a little bit thinner, but could be one of those weird optical illusions because the Smith has those rounded edges. Also, the front, just thought I'd mention that the serrations on the Sig is much better than the scalloping that they put on the front of the M&P. If you can look at those, these are basically useless. I don't know what they were doing there. You can see the front of both of these muzzles are beveled and rounded, so they're not snagging when you holster. And then the controls are so low profile. So here's a look at the Sig. It does stick out a little bit more, and it's a little bit easier to grab the slide catch, slide release here versus the one on the Smith. I mean, the Smith is just so, look at that. You can't even see it on the side here. I don't know if I can get them both in the same frame, but check here. We'll go like this. Check that out. Okay, see, it sticks out a little bit more versus that with this. It's just so flush. So the Sig does have an easier to drop slide catch, slide release. This one takes a little bit of effort because it's so low profile, but that's going to feel really nice when you're concealing. Now, as far as the real estate, how much space we have up here for accessories, it appears that the Sig has the advantage there. It's got a larger area versus the Smith that basically doesn't have anything up there. Trigger guard size is a massive difference too, so the Sig has the bigger trigger guard as compared to the Smith. You know, I can just see this being a problem when you're really trying to work on your cadence and you're trying to yank it out of your holster. I don't know if I'm going to be able to sneak it in there. I can just see myself banging on that. Now, as far as the magazine release buttons go, the Smith, for me, it has the advantage. It does stick out a little bit more, and it doesn't look as pretty as a Sig. I mean, look how beautiful that looks. So flush, it just rolls right around the edge. The problem for me is it literally stabs me right in the middle of my middle finger. And it could be because of the thickness of the grip, or maybe they just put it too high on the grip for me. It's going to fit different for everybody, but if you roll my hand around, you can see that it's totally covering the mag release there. So I really have to adjust my grip, drop it quite a bit, so I can actually kick out the magazine. Now, the Smith, it does protrude a little bit more. It's not as sexy, not as flush, but if I flip it over, you're going to see that there's a little room there, so I can just kick it out that way. It's a lot easier. So I would have to give the advantage to the Smith & Wesson. And grip angle wise, I would have to say that they're pretty similar. They're not laid out like the Glock angle, so they're both very comfortable though as far as a grip angle goes. Now, grip wise, this is a very thin, narrow grip. It does have a nice palm swell here and a nice beaver tail, so it goes really deep into the hand. But the problem is for larger handed individuals, this could be an issue because this grip is so thin this way. Like the circumference around isn't very big. It's really comfortable. I like the way they have the grooves cut in here, and it fits really nicely in my hand. But for larger shooters, you see the space in between here? Like if you have really big hands, your fingernails probably are going to dig into the fatty portion of your palm, whereas the Smith grip, it's so much wider, right? It's so much wider. Look at the distance here, right, compared to the distance here. So for people with larger hands, that might be an issue. Now, this Sig came with two 12-round magazines, and it does have a slightly flared out magazine well compared to the Smith, where this came with a 13-rounder and a 10-rounder. And here's a look at the magazines. You can see what they're doing with them. It starts off as a double stack, and it goes into a single feed at the top there. Just a really genius way of designing magazines. But again, the bottom of the Sig is flared out just a little bit. You can see the flaring right here. Right, comes out just a little bit. As compared to the Smith, that is just a wafer, so thin. So, you know, people that are at the flared out magwells, you might want to go with the 365. I can't imagine somebody making a huge buying decision on that alone, but that's what the bottom of the grips look like. All right, I've taken out the magazine so we can compare the overall height. Let me make sure I got these matched up. Okay, that's slide to slide right there. It's kind of see. Yeah, the Smith is a little bit longer, and it's only because it's got this tail. It's got this tab where the magazines fit in. If you were to run that off, they would be roughly about the same height or length as far as grip size goes. All right, let's have a look at both of these triggers right here, and I'm going to let you guys know right now that the Sig trigger is not good at all. It's a trigger, but as far as trigger snobs go, you're going to rip this trigger apart. It literally can be compared to breaking a soggy carrot, and it feels like there's a marshmallow somewhere in this pistol. It's a very muted, very dull feeling trigger. Now, when you're trying to work on your cadence and go faster, you really don't notice it, but when you concentrate on it, there's a difference there definitely between the two. The M&P is going to have the better trigger, as we're going to see in a little bit. So here's what it looks like. Okay, that's not gritty or rough, but it definitely ain't smooth. So it hits the wall right about here. I'm going to try to pull this as slow as I can. Okay, finally, here's a reset. Yeah, it's a great reset. Really positive. It really kicks it out there for the reset. All right, here is the... All right, we'll do a few more of these, okay? Here, and just eking it back. Okay, still going. All right, reset. That's a great reset. And all right, we'll do one more. Okay, again, wall, easy on the pull, easy. Okay, it's not heavy. It's not heavy at all. It's just not crisp. Reset is crisp though, but when you get back on it, it's just like, okay. All right, let's have a look at the Smith. All right, here is the Smith. And we can see just, oh man, this trigger guard is so tiny. I'm wondering how easy it's going to be to get your finger in there, you know, if you're trying to work it out of your concealment holster. Again, trigger safety, look at that. It's smooth. You can feel the polishing on the inside. Okay, here's the wall. That's about as slow as I can make it, guys. It breaks like glass. Okay, here's the reset. Okay, back on it. Gonna try to go. Oh, there we go. It just breaks so nicely. Okay. And again, trying to creep it back. Okay. Just like a slap to the face. Okay, there's a reset. Back on it. It's difficult to pull it slowly to get any creep in there. Okay, there's the wall again. Yeah, it's hard. And here's the reset. And all right, there we go. Well, let's have a look at how heavy these triggers are. All right, let's get them on the trigger pull gauge here. Now, when I did the original review for the Sig, I think it came right around 4 pounds, something 4.5 pounds. Let's see. Okay, that's cleared out and ready. 4 pounds, 8.4 ounces. Okay, that's good. All right, make sure that's clear again. Hooking it right in there. 4 pounds, 10.6 ounces. It's under 5. Yeah, I think it was under 5. One more. And let's rip that across. And yeah, 4 pounds, 10.8 ounces. All right, let's get the Smith in here. All right, M&P on the table. Make sure this is cleared out. All right, that's coming in 4 pounds, 12.8 ounces. Yes, creeping right there. 5-pound range. All right. Oh, that one's kind of more in the center. 5 pounds, 2.5 ounces. Hang on, that one kind of, it rolled on me a little bit. Let's take another one. Okay. There we go. 4 pounds, 15.9 ounces. Yeah, kind of creeping up there. That 5-pound range, but very similar triggers weight-wise. Do one last one. 4 pounds, 7.9 ounces. So I would say both of these triggers, as far as how heavy they are pretty similar. Also, just a quick note that the Sig does come with a hard case with these janky clips, and then the Smith does not come with the case. It comes with this cardboard box, which I think is just like not acceptable in today's market. The last Smith I bought, I think, was like 5 or 6 years ago, and it had a cardboard box. Every pistol should come with a hard case. So for some people, I think that's going to be a deal breaker, because you're going to have to go out there and buy another hard case for the pistol. Well, alright guys, here's my predictions here. I haven't shot the M&P yet, so which one am I going to like better? I have a feeling that I'm going to like the Sig still. I just don't know what's going to happen when you're trying to really get into this trigger guard quicker. You know, when you're concealment, I'm carrying appendix, and when you're reaching down in there, I'm wondering if I'm going to be bumping around on this side of the trigger guard. I'm worried about that, and I just don't know if it's going to be as comfortable to carry as the Sig. This thing disappears in my waist. I'm worried about the thickness of that. I think this is probably going to feel better shooting, but this is still going to remain more comfortable to carry, even with this kind of janky trigger that Sig put in there. But yeah, guys, I'll let you know. I'm going to take it out next week and let you know which one I think is going to be the better shooter and which one is easier to carry. And then I got the Hellcat, and I'll probably have to pick up that Max 9 to see. Maybe we'll have like a micro compact Olympics like I did with my previous subcompact video. If you haven't seen that video, I did it a few years ago. I'll leave a link for it right up here. But that's the ending of this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one.